and welcome to the prestigious, iconic, you name it, it is everything we thought it would be and more. Rose Bowl here in Pasadena, California, the site of a 38-3 dominating victory for IU over Alabama. They advanced to the college football playoff, and they made it look so easy.
Yeah, without a doubt. 35-point win. Coming in, no team that's had a bye in the college football playoff has advanced. It was 0-6 prior to this game coming in here. But, yeah, took them behind the woodshed and did it in so many ways. It looked like varsity versus JV, to be honest with you. Like it was – Alabama looked like they had just given up because they didn't know what to do.
Right.
And when you're getting attacked like that and when Indiana can impose its will in that sort of way, you got to feel pretty good about the next game and potentially the one after that. That was an incredible performance.
And just where you're at as a program, where you're at as a football team. They came in and they physically dominated Alabama, a team that participated in the SEC championship game. How's the SEC doing in bowl games, by the way?
Not very good. Not very good.
And it was from the word go, and it's in the trenches. We've talked about this all leading up. IU was so incredibly impressive, defensively and offensively, on the line, in the trenches, and they ran for over 200 yards. Kalen Black, 99, Roman Hemby, 92. Alabama didn't rush. They rushed for 23 yards. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Yep.
It really, really impressive, and it just was methodical. It was sound football. It was 17-0 at half, and then it just got worse and worse as the game went.
It was. There was two plays that kind of stand out that sort of flipped this game. It was Alabama going for it on 4th and 1 in their own territory. IU sniffed that out. The big hit by D'Angelo Pons to pop the ball loose. So that's 14 points right there that they scored on due to, I don't know if it was Alabama's mistakes, more as IU just punishing them and taking the football away and getting the ball back. But yeah, Nate, pick your poison. IU looks. They have looked the part all year long, but you continue to question them going into each and every game, which is nuts because we don't see anything like this happen.
Right.
And so you just continue to question yourself. But here we are, Curt Cignetti, 25-2 in 2 years, and has the team on the doorstep of going to a national championship.
It's just incredible. When you say it out loud, it still feels like we're not appreciating it, us included.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fairy tale stuff. It's movie stuff. Curt Cignetti said afterwards, Reese Davis had this long, elaborate setup of what it's like to turn around this program these 2 years. He said, make one hell of a movie. And it absolutely would.
Start writing the script up, which they've already done.
It's unbelievable. And, yeah, we'll get to this Oregon rematch. But first, you got to hear from these guys and Curt Cignetti on how impressive this was, what this means for this program, etching their name in Rose Bowl history. It's all good stuff, but hey, job's not finished.
Yeah, I'm very confident the way this team is playing. I think it's not just myself. I think our entire team and our coaching staff really enjoys football. We really enjoy football, and I think that's why we work so hard at it, and we work really hard every single day because not only do we enjoy football, we also enjoy winning, and we know what that takes. So every single day, we're always going to put our best foot forward.
Okay, we have a question right there in the middle. Danny, can you bring it over?
This is for Fernando. Congratulations for the victory, Fernando. What does it mean for you to win here in the Rose Bowl in California, Los Angeles, before this huge audience? And if you can answer in Spanish, will be amazing for the Hispanic community.
Yeah, I would say if you asked me 3 years ago, I'd be able to speak in Spanish. However, now I'm conversational. However, if you ever say something, I could completely understand you 100%. However, I think it means a lot. I actually have a lot of Mexican family over here, and a lot of my family from Miami came over here to go watch. And such a great historic venue, the Rose Bowl, such an iconic point of not only college sports, of all sports. And so I think it's such a great opportunity for all of us to be able to be Rose Bowl champions. However, we have a very tough opponent in Oregon, so we're looking on them.
Okay, we have another question in the middle there, in the black.
This is for Fernando, Kevin Skyver, USA Today. There was a lot of talk about the rest and how it affects teams. They were 0-6 in this game, and your coach kind of talked about practice and how difficult it was with the travel. So how did you guys overcome that for such a dominant performance today?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a huge struggle, and I think Coach Cignetti did a fantastic job of a trickle-down effect of really making sure there was no complacency because, you have I think it was 26 days off. That's very, very tough, and especially in the first drive as an offense, myself included, I think we got off to a slow start. And then other than that, once we got our feet wet, we got the ball rolling, and we got back to playing Indiana brand of football. And so I think it was a great overcoming that challenge as a team, having such long time off, but I think we overcame that challenge, and that showed on the field today.
Okay, we have a question here on the right.
Hi, Takayla Hawkins, ABC7. For any of you, can you describe the culture that your coach demands of you guys that then resulted in today's win?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Yeah, Coach Cignetti, it all starts with him. The complacency factor, the afraid to death of complacency, the never-ending journey of improving, taking it day by day, taking each day as the most important day in the history of the program. It all starts with him, and he makes sure all of our eyes are focused forward, and we're all thinking alike, as he always says. And it's real. It's what happens, and I believe that's why we see success on Saturdays. That's one of the main components.
Okay, we have another question from the middle here in the blue. Mike's coming.
Yeah, Jeff Rabjohn, Speaks.com. Pat, this is for you. Your thoughts on winning as an offensive lineman MVP of the Rose Bowl, and just why were you guys so dominant up front today?
Yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, it's probably the first, if I had to guess, offensive lineman MVP, but it's all a credit to my teammates and my coaching staff for, first of all, just believing in me and the ability to make my calls and diagnose a defense and fully entrusting in me and my abilities. And then a credit to all my teammates. Like, these guys are unbelievable. The belief that we have in each other, the ability to bounce off each other and say, hey, what are you thinking? Or you see that. It's just been kind of, like I said before, a never-ending growth, never-ending improvement. And, you know, there's certainly a lot of things we have to clean up, especially in that fourth quarter. You know, stuff was moving pretty fast, and when we were kind of sloppy, especially up front. So, and it all starts with me. You know, I'm the center of it all, and I got to make sure the guys are on the right page. But it's a credit to my teammates for just being just studs.
We have time for 2 more questions for the players. One in the middle right there.
Sports. D'Angelo, you guys held a very good Alabama offense to 3 points. I know you guys talked a lot during the week about what you were seeing and all that stuff, but how did it play out actually on the field in regards to being able to shut them down as much as you did?
I feel like that's a testament to Coach Brian Haynes. I feel like he did a good job skimming them up, knew what they like to run, their tendencies and stuff like that. I feel like he put us in the right positions to do that, and we came out victorious. Like, that was the goal.
Our last question will come from the far right back.
Rashawn Haylock, KTLA 5. Francisco, you played a game here as a freshman back in 2023. What do you recall about that night, and how will you describe your journey getting to where you are now since then?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a long time ago. I believe it was the last Pac-12 after dark game. Pac-12, a great conference. I think it's resurging right now. And that was actually funny enough. It was against UCLA, and Dante Moore was their quarterback. So get to have another rematch against Dante Moore and a great Oregon team next week. And I think it's the Rose Bowl itself, the venue, the grass. I know it was a little rainy today, but still, it's a perfect college football venue, and such an honor to play with my teammates, and honor to the 2 times I played here to come out victorious. I think it's a great honor, and give all the glory to God.
You had mentioned yesterday that you felt like the preparation was really going that great, or you were kind of, you know, it would probably bring up concern for people, you know, in that situation. What changed from that point to now to where it didn't look like there was really much of a layoff that you guys were on?
Well, you know, sometimes my messaging is intended for the players to hear, to further reinforce my message to them. And because, you know, preparation's hard to gauge. Alabama had to do the same thing we did, come out on a Wednesday and then have their first practice on site. And, I mean, there is disruption there compared to your normal routine, which we're all creatures of a routine. I think our guys, we had a great walkthrough yesterday. We went to the SoFi for that, and that was good for our players, I think, to get there. And, you know, I thought our mindset was really good. I liked our prep for the most part, once we knew who the opponent was. And it was a hard-fought game early in the game. Alabama made some plays. They had us off balance offensively. They had a new all-up blitz. But we were able to kind of make the plays when we needed to and take it over in the second half. And, you know, it's a great win for our football program. I'm proud of our players, our coaches, and everyone. Again, you know, a big win against a team that's got great tradition like that and history and, you know, a lot of good players and great head football coach.
Our next question comes from the front right here.
Kurt, Zach Oster, Indianapolis Star. It felt like another kind of one of those games you've had this season where your run game just kind of ground them down as the game wore on, and then you start popping some explosives in the second half. What does it say about the offense and maybe specifically that ground game, the way that it can lean on an opponent as a game wears on and maybe really tire a defense out?
Well, I think that's what you would always love to see as the head coach, things we used to preach when I was at Alabama. About changing the way they think, breaking their will, and that's the best way to do it, running the football. And it takes a while. It doesn't happen in the first quarter, second quarter. It happens in the second half at some point, hopefully, when you're able to achieve that goal. And I thought our line did a nice job. I thought our backs really ran hard. And I'm sure there were some nice blocks downfield, too, but the backs, I was really impressed with how hard they ran.
Our next question comes from the blue right here.
Hey, Coach, Kurt Sandoval from ABC7. When your offensive lineman wins, the MVP and your Heisman quarterback is grinning from ear to ear, what does that mean to you, and how does that describe the chemistry on this team?
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head, and I'm at this point probably used to it. Fernando's a very special guy. He's very unique. He's selfless. He's the ultimate team guy. And then we've got some other guys, like Coogan is really the same way. He's the ultimate team guy. And then we got a lot of other guys on the team that played last year, like Fisher, Carter Smith, just to name two. I could name a lot more that are ultimate team guys. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're so consistent and efficient. We are efficient, is how I would label us. Is because we have good players with very high character. They're great team guys and really good leaders, and they listen and they buy in.
We have time for two more questions. We'll have one from the gentleman in the tie right there.
Coach, Bryant Haynes talks about how you've always been the same guy in the way you run your program, the way you operate. What does it mean to you to take the system that you started at the D2 level to this level of college football and have success like you did at that lower level?
Well, I learned from my mistakes. One thing about it was, I did make a lot of mistakes year one, and then the second time through, you always get a little better, and every year you do. So I can't say that I'm the same coach I was year one, because I'm not. You're always looking to improve because you get better or worse. You never stay the same. And, the things that they talked about, the constant striving for improvement, I do try to live that way. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You're separating or somebody's gaining on you. Yeah, my journey has been kind of surreal, but I think every move kind of prepared me for this challenge at this time with the changing dynamic of college football.
Our last question will come from the middle.
Great win today. You've been in big games this season. How do you temper a win like this, and what does a win like this teach these young men for life after football?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to assume anything like we've bounced back from a number of big wins and we'll be fine because it's a process. We'll have a very big challenge ahead of us next week. It's very hard to beat a really good football team twice. There's no doubt about that. And what was the last part of your question?
What does a win like this teach these young men about football and about life?
Well, that's a great thing about football, I think. It's a great vehicle that helps people used properly become more successful in their life's work later on and raising a family. A lot of great lessons there about teamwork, leadership, overcoming adversity, meeting challenges, preparation, commitment, discipline, work ethic, toughness. So we got a lot of the guys that have the right stuff, and I'm proud of them.
Congratulations. Hey, I know you guys were confident, but could you have ever expected a beatdown like that?
Honestly, yeah. That's just kind of the level that we want to play at all times. I know Coach Sig talked about it. We had a sloppy practice earlier in the week. But I think when you have a senior-led team, you've seen a lot of football, a lot of guys that have been through a lot of football games. We knew we had to, clean it up quick, or it was going to be a long day for us. So, yesterday and this morning, just cleaning up walkthroughs, being airtight in everything we do. And we really liked our plan in this game. Defensively, offensively, special teams. We thought there were some things that we could take advantage of, capitalize on. I think we did a great job. Defensively, we left a lot out there. First of all, just, letting them score the 3 points at the end or in the third quarter. You know, just things that we got to clean up. But other than that, I think we played a solid football game.
To dominate that team physically the way you did, to win the Rose Bowl, like what's that say about this team and where this program's at and the mindset you guys have right now?
Yeah, I told the guys before we went out there the most physical football team is going to win this football game. You know, when you're going against a team that has the size, you know, the physicality, you know, they're known for it. So I told the guys, like, when we go in this football game, whoever's more physical is going to come out on top. And I think we did a great job, you know, imposing our will, you know, breaking theirs at the end, and just playing a high-level football. Communication was high today, and I just think we were more physical, and I think that's, you know, the biggest tell for this game.
How long do you get to enjoy this before Sig has you back to work? Because that's just one, 2 more to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's a stepping stone for us. What a great stepping stone to be in the Rose Bowl. But, you know, we have 2 more that we need to win. So, you know, we'll finish tonight. You know, we'll go see our families. We'll fly back. And then we're straight to work tomorrow. So, you know, enjoy it tonight. It's an honor. You know, it's a privilege to play in this game and, you know, come out on top. But we got more work to be done.
One thing for sure, there will be a Big Ten school in the finals. What does that say about just the Big Ten and just how you guys are representing here?
I think when you talk about the best conference in the country, you talk about the Big Ten. You know, we have a lot of teams that are very deep, very talented, and I think just, you know, looking at it, you know, somebody's going to be in the final from the Big Ten, and, you know, this conference is special. You know, any given Saturday somebody can win, regardless of records. You know, it's the best conference in the country, and that's why I came here, because I wanted to play in it. I want to play against the best, you know, week in and week out, and it prepares you for games like this.
Aiden, what's it like in the last couple of minutes there when the crowd starts to feel it, the last seconds are winding down, and this is a reality? You guys are Rose Bowl champs.
I felt it the whole game. You know, this felt like a home game for us. I've never seen fans travel like this. You know, that's, you know, playing a different team, or, you know, but our fans are just unreal. You know, every third down, I was like, oh, we're just in Bloomington again. So, you know, it's good when you have a fan base that's so bought in like they are. They deserve this. They deserve this feeling of, you know, the win. You know, their team, you know, being successful. But we got 2 more games to go win for them. You know, they'll travel well again. So it's a privilege to play in front of them. The things they do for us and the support, it's unmatched.
Despite being #1 and undefeated, there were still some people out there, maybe were some doubters. What does it feel to go out there and make an emphatic statement like that?
Yeah, I mean, this team plays with a chip on their shoulder each week. You know, just the ranking, you know, means a lot, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? So everyone wants to beat #1, and for us, you know, we've been the guys that want to beat #1. We know what it's like to be on the hunt, and so for us, you know, we're trying to, you know, beat ourselves. You know, when you're #1, you still have someone to chase, and that's, you know, greatness. That's us. That's a perfect game as a defense, offense, special teams. So for us, yeah, some guys might still doubt, but, you know, let them doubt.
How soon did you realize that you guys had something for them today?
Yeah, you know, throughout the game plan all week, we knew, you know, if we just played our game, 11 guys doing their 1/11th, it was going to be a game kind of like you saw. But, you know, that 4th down stop was big. And then when you see your offense, you know, dominate a defense like that, you know, you play with a little bit more fire on defense because you just want to get them the ball.
Aiden Fisher said it felt like a home game. What did you think of the environment out there?
It did. I would love to see the count on fans compared to, I just want to know, I mean, it felt like a home game. I'm so happy for Hoosier Nation. I'm so glad so many people got to come out here and experience this. You know, they deserve this just as much as we do, and it makes me proud to wear Indiana across my chest, almost more than, you know, the name on the back. So I think that's what a lot of guys play for, is the name on our chest. And so it's exciting. You know, it felt like a home game. I had some time to take it in, and I'm just happy they, you know, made the trip out here.
I think well, for me, I think we expected to win by multiple scores. Just being the physical team that we are, I think that was a big emphasis for us, just going out there, and we knew the most physical team was going to win today.
Were you surprised they went for it on 4th down on their own side of the field in a defensive battle?
For sure. I was definitely not surprised because, like I said, it was a respect thing. They thought that, you know, they could be more physical than us, and so I wouldn't say that I was surprised by it. You know, we like those type of situations, though.
How do you soak this in and be excited and glad, but realize there's a team out there looking for something, a little payback, and so the job's not done yet, is it?
Yeah. We're gonna enjoy this one. We're gonna enjoy this one for the next 24 hours, but we know it's more work to be done.
How excited are you for the rematch with Oregon?
Wait, did they win? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. You know, we know them and they know us, so it should be a good one.
You know, Cignetti doesn't necessarily have 2.5-hour practices, but whenever we go out on the field, we are going there to give it 100%. So, you know, going out there and maintaining the speed of the game throughout those practices in those 3 weeks are what set us apart.
Going with purpose, then it feels like that carries over to the game. Then is that the feeling you guys get when you get out there then for those 60
Yeah,
minutes?
absolutely, absolutely.
You guys feel like, I mean, number one in the nation, Heisman Trophy winner, undefeated, but still there were some naysayers out there doubting you guys, and you made an emphatic statement today. How does that feel knowing you went out there and just dominated those guys?
You know, it's always going to feel good, and there's always going to be people out there, you know, running their mouth. But the important thing is to keep, you know, stay where your feet are. You know, we came away with this one. It's a great win, and there's more on the road ahead. So
how do you balance that, enjoying this historic moment for you guys, but realizing, man, we still got 2 more to go?
Yeah, we took a step back, you know, at the beginning of the game. We appreciated where we were, and we were able to celebrate after the game, you know, dump some roses on Coach Sig's head. I bet you guys got a good clip out of that, huh? But, yeah, once we get back to Bloomington, we're going to take a day to rest, and, you know, it's right back to where we started.
Did this feel like a home game to you?
Yeah, Hoosier Nation did a great job. You know, I was just talking about it. I couldn't tell you how many fans were out there, but I could tell you that we had, 80%? It had to be. So it's just so great to see our fan base rally behind us like that. It's amazing.
A happy locker room, but a focused locker room. There's no question about that. Curt Cignetti has these guys absolutely dialed. Impressive performance here in Pasadena. Okay, up next, Atlanta, Peach Bowl, Oregon. What a game it was in the regular season out in Eugene. IU getting it done in a seriously hostile environment. I think that's when people really started to think this team was real.
Yep.
But now the stakes are much higher.
Yeah, and you know Oregon, too, is going to be chomping at the bit to get back into this game. You know, as soon as they won over Texas Tech, they wanted IU to have this rematch coming up next week in Atlanta. Dan Lanning, he's as good a coach as they come as well. You know, in Oregon, they're one of the better teams in the country right now, one of the hotter teams in the country. They kept Texas Tech off the board, and their offense did just enough to get past that perennial defense that the Red Raiders have. So looking forward to that. Uniform matchup's going to look great, I bet. Oregon's going to be going who knows where. We know IU's going to stick with their traditional cream and crimson as always. But, yeah, it's going to be awesome. See you in Atlanta?
Oh, absolutely. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, right? That's the only stadium
that's
in town.
the one.
Okay, I thought so. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be indoors, which is always fun as well.
Yep.
And IU and Oregon, one of them is going to be playing for a national championship.
It's insane to say.
So that's going to be the third or fourth year in a row a Big Ten team will make it.
That's right.
To the Big Ten or to the national championship. So
it.
hey, Midwest baby, that's what we do. All right. I guess Oregon doesn't count, but anyway, we're rambling now.
Yep, that's right.
Eli, it was awesome. This place definitely lived up to the hype. IU gets it done, dominating. Any final thoughts?
Well, no, I want to say that the pageantry and the history of this place was fantastic to be a part of. Even though it rained basically the entire time we were here, I think once kickoff came, we didn't really see a drop. The field was soggy as could be, did not affect IU whatsoever. That was expected. But yeah, as soon as that clock ran to 0, we had a sunset here, and it was a sight to behold, as we've kept saying all week long. It was a pleasure.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
And IU fans, well done. You traveled incredibly. 80-20, I'd say. IU fans.
Might
it was
even
a home
argue
game.
90-10.
It was a home game. It was loud. The atmosphere, incredible. And IU is playing in the college football playoff semifinals. We'll see you there. Eli Gain right there. Dominic Miranda right here. We'll see you in Atlanta. All right. Let's see if IU can keep doing this.